Hey, welcome to edtech. I'm your instructor Meera here. Let's talk about CSS absolute positioning today. Today's tutorial is all about CSS absolute position. Let's get started with our HTML file. Let's make a box. Box 1. Let's make another box inside this box. Sorry, I forgot to close the div for the first one. Okay, so this is box 1. So this is the div ID for box 1. Open the div ID, box 1, then close div. Inside that you have another div for box 2. Box 2 is contained inside box 1. Let's get started with the CSS for box 1. Position absolute. Position absolute. Width. Let's give it a width of 200 px. Let's give it a height of 400 px. Background color. Let the background color be blue. Border 5px. Solid black. This is your choice. Font size nice and big. Again, up to you. Text align to get it in the center, to get the text into the center horizontally. I forgot to close the div for the inside one. Yes, I was wondering why the shape was not coming. A small mistake like this can make hell. The space within the quote was the culprit. Okay, so imagine if we don't write the line height here. Then it won't be vertically centered. So okay, now we are done for box 1 because line height is important for vertical centering. Okay, next, box 2. Box 2, position. Box 2, position. Tar. Box 2, position, absolute. Left 99px, we see how it affects the position. Left 99px, top 200px, width 250px, just trying to create another box, height 100px, there you go. Then you have your border. Oh, that looks nice and gorgeous. Font size 50px. Sorry, center. Text align, center. Vertical align, line height, For vertical align, I do line height 100 px. It has to be the same as the height. Keep that in mind. So now we have a beautiful box. Box 2. Oh, this should be less, since it's inside, it should be less than 200. Oh, then this becomes a problem. I increase the first one. I increase the width of the first one so that it can contain the second one. There you go. And I increase the height a bit. Okay, now it's nice and good. So line height changes to 450. Good. So this is vertically and horizontally aligned, this text. You have a box 1. You have a box 1, blue colored. Inside that, box 2. Now let me change the positioning here. When it's 9px, it's moving further to the left inside the box 1 relative to box 1 edge. So the edge of box 2 is changing. I mean the distance from the edge of box 1 is changing for box 2. When you're changing the value of left, you see how? Now box 2 is 9px away from the edge of box 1 and it keeps moving towards the edge of box 1. When I increase the value to 99, it's moving away from the edge towards the right from the left. What if I make this minus 99? When I make the value of left as minus, then, when I put a minus sign before the same value, it moves in the reverse direction. It moves towards the left rather than away from the left. Remove. Again, it moves away from the edge. So this is how you can manipulate using the value of left. So this, what is happening is this movement, positioning of box 2 is changing in terms of box 1 when you change the value of left. So both are position absolute. Box 1 so for a box or for an element contained inside another element, the distance or the direction is changing with respect to the edge of the container box or the container element. This is what's happening in the absolute positioning. So that means this is the ancestor. In this absolute positioning, what's happening? Box 1 is the ancestor or the parent. Box 2 is a child. So box 2 positioning is changing with respect to the ancestor. That is what's happening in absolute positioning. There has to be a parent or an ancestor and the child. So the child's movement is in relation to the parent. In case there is no parent, then it will be moving in relation to the whole page. The whole page will be the father. The whole page will be the parent of box 2 in that scenario. This is also useful when you're doing your web page designing. For box 1 position, you can also make it relative. It's up to you, but for box 2's, we are doing the position as absolute because we are in this tutorial considering the positioning of box 2 with respect to box 1. So the same thing. 7px. When you do the minus sign, it's moving in the reverse direction. Even more. Let's say -1. Okay. Going lesser. Going in the other direction lesser. Because as we know, when you talk of -10 versus -19, right? Which is bigger when you put a minus sign? -10 is bigger, right? There you go. Instead of left, we can put a right. Direction will change. Then the aspect you're considering is the right edge of box 1. Here we were considering previously the left edge of box 1. So now box 2 will be moving with respect to the right edge of box 1 when we are putting a right. So let's say 100px on the right. There, it's moving away from the right. Minus, when you put a minus sign, it's going in the reverse direction as mentioned earlier. So this is so beautiful when you're creating your first landing page or website, etc. Positioning, CSS positioning is very important for managing the aesthetics of your page. If you have any more questions, you can put down in the comment section, and I'll see you in my next tutorial. Until then, ciao. By the way, if you like such free tutorials, don't forget to hit. Don't forget to hit my subscribe button. Hit it twice, thrice, 4 times until you see the hit button actually getting hit.